does.
Welcome to Open Your Toys Cast, episode 208, the podcast dedicated to the 4 greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time. And those are Rock,
G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, and Transformers.
Oh, yeah. I thought you might say Real World, Road Rules, Big Brother, and Survivor.
I'll save that for somebody else next time.
If you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it here live every other Sunday, 4 p.m. East or 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you can't catch us here, you can hit us up at our Facebook group at facebook.com/openyourtoys. And we've picked up quite a few, relative to our group size, picked up quite a few people there. And we have a question, where did you hear about the group? And they're saying that Facebook is showing it to them. So that's kind of cool that we're gaining in popularity enough for Facebook to show them our group. So if you're new to the group, new to the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to just keep up with the show and not worry about the whole social aspect, you can just like us at facebook.com/openyourtoyscast. We post all the new shows, and Peter posts the most important toy news of the day there. If you want to see what we're talking about, if you're not watching us live, you can go to openyourtoys.com. At the top of the page, there's a link to the show notes. It has links to everything we're talking about, including links to subscribe through iTunes, Google Play, RSS, Stitcher Smart Radio. It's got our email up there, team at openyourtoys.com, and voicemail 720-235-TOYS, 720-235-8697. Rock, where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on Facebook in the group, and you can find me on the YouTube channel, Rock the Farting Dad. Put up a lot of new videos lately. One of them got to 1,000 views in about 2 weeks, so
nice.
Picked up a lot of subscribers recently, and definitely seen a lot of guys that I'm friends with on Star Joes have joined recently. Jason Adams, Travis Fowler. So yeah, we definitely picked up a lot of new people in the group. So I'm glad to see it.
Hell yeah. In the chat, we've got KJ Smith joining us. Brian Brinkelizer is up in there too, talking about the Mythic Legions weekend. Some amazing reveals that we'll be talking about very shortly. Cliff, where can people find you, sir?
I post in the group as Red Menace, and then I'm on Instagram as Associate of Horror.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I just post in our own chat on our own live video. Loved those reveals in regard to the Mythic Legions, and Facebook automatically blocked my comment saying that it looks like it's spam. I'm like, what the fuck is up with that? But anyways, we got AAA with us. Was it 2 days after your birthday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Nice. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to Rock's son as well. We found out you guys share a birthday. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And where can people find you, sir?
You guys can find me at facebook.com/aliasangelalias.
Hell yeah. Here, let me try to type loved all those mythic reveals and see if that will get spammed as well. Oh, yeah, that showed up. Jesus. All right. Anyways, if you want to find me, I'm at facebook.com/openyourtoys. I'm also at Slick McFavorite on Instagram, or slick@openyourtoys.com. All right. Let's see. Rock, what are you drinking, sir?
Well, remember I was telling you about that $18 4-pack? Well, I'm finally drinking one of those Trade Wind Incarnation pumpkin spiced ales.
Ooh.
And it's pretty damn good. The only thing I would say would make it a little bit better is I've had pumpkin beer at a restaurant, and they'll rim the glass with cinnamon sugar.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that before. That's
Really?
awesome.
I
Yeah.
guess just my gay ass has had it because they have it at what's the place called? Miller's Ale House. They have like 50 beers on tap, but they'll rim it in cinnamon sugar.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah,
That might be a little light in
pants.
my loafers when I drink that thing, but god damn it, it's good.
Cinnamon sugar's delicious. I don't care what your orientation is.
And you know what it is? It must be something with them with cinnamon sugar because if you get sweet potato French fries, they don't give you ketchup. They give you whipped cream that has cinnamon in it to dip your fries in that. So it must be something with that place.
That's interesting. That rocks.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. It's made locally in Riverhead, about 20 minutes from where I live. Yeah, it's 5.2% alcohol, and I'll be drinking it all show.
Nice. Cliff, what about you, sir?
I got Pure Leaf.
Yeah, nice. Unsweetened?
Unsweetened always.
Yeah,
And
nice.
it's almost gone, so I got another one.
I can't rock the sweetened tea anymore. There's something about getting old. Hi.
And you know what's nice about that bottle? That's the wide mouth. So if you ever need you put it under your desk while you're podcasting and use it as a receptacle.
Oh, there we go. Could just step away and use the restroom as well. That would
I listened to a podcast where while they were podcasting, the guy peed in a bottle. Talking to Joe. It's a funny podcast.
Oh
they
my
talk
gosh.
about G.I. Joe comics, and yeah, Chief actually pissed right in the bottle while they were podcasting.
That's some dedication. I was gonna say that bottle's not wide enough for me. Ew.
Oh! I could pee in a Red Bull can.
AAA, what about you? You got anything good you're drinking there?
Actually, I'm having dinner, so yeah. So I'm eating instead.
Do you drink booze at all, Peter?
No, I do not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is a feat. That is something
Yeah,
that
I'm kind of like Lotus. If anything, it'll be water.
nice. Let's see. I am drinking Leon Kugel's Spritzen beer with a splash of seltzer, and this is pineapple strawberry. Let's see if it has anything. Beer with natural flavor, and that's about it. Everything else is just warnings that I'm killing myself slowly. So it's good. I like it. There's a little shot of the can for you. It's even got that weird skinny seltzer can to it. But yeah, it's still got a good beer taste to it with just a little fruitiness.
Ooh,
Kind of like me.
that sounds right up my alley.
What is going on?
I like pineapple.
We shout out to one of the dads in our little family pod. We had a little Halloween party. No one wanted to take their kids trick-or-treating, so we had little trick-or-treat stations set up at one of the pod's family. But he was Han Solo, but he didn't have a white shirt, so he borrowed like one of his wife's blouses, and then Mrs. McFavorite did all the little girls' makeup, and he was like, "I'll get some makeup." So he had some eyeliner on, and so we deemed him androgynous.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my Star Wars. Trigger!
Oh. Brinkalizer saying Cliff has the manliest drink tonight. I think I would agree with you. All right, let's get into the show here. Why don't we? First up, con news. I kind of stuck Pulse's stuff in here just because I wanted to.
Your show.
Pulse, yeah. Pulse reveals first up. These were revealed on Friday, the new Transformers. So I was curious how they were going to milk this Ectotron mold. And it looks like this is the afterlife version of him. Let's scroll down and look. He comes with an extra ghost here, but not a lot of difference here. Green painted eyes on him. The Ecto one, they changed some of the equipment at the top. They made it a little dirty on the hood, and they made it off-white. So another release coming out. I think it's available now on Pulse, but not enough for me to buy a second one. The one, here we go. And you also, it looks like you get a comic with it as well. And this time they painted the Slimer, which I'm a little jealous of, because if you have the other one, the Slimer's just all translucent. I don't think it has any paint apps on it whatsoever. One that I did pre-order was the Bumblebee movie, Cybertron Bumblebee. I'm just really digging how they just make his bot mode look almost identical every single time, but then they come up with new alt modes for it. And this is kind of a slick Cybertron car mode for him. And again, I just like that fucking scene. It's funny how they've made more toys from that Cybertron scene that lasts like 4.5 minutes than they have the rest of the movie. But
I thought that was a computer mouse with tires. That's what it looked like to me.
That would be a cool way to mod it, right? I mean, just dig out its guts.
I mean, it looks like you just be, right clicking with that thing.
And then one that people have wanted to see for a long time. Again, very, very small part in the movie. We get Dino here. So he's got his blades. Again, I don't like the movie enough to really care about Dino, but he's kind of a slick-looking guy. He's except for they don't have any markings. They must not gotten the licensing. I thought he was a Bugatti, but anyways. Those were the Transformers reveals from this Friday. Star Wars, a little bit more interesting reveals here, in my opinion. Sold out instantly for the vintage collection. We get our first Snaggletooth, and they're calling him Zutton here. So we get a super articulated Snaggletooth, which of course lays the groundwork to get a blue Snaggletooth as well. So again, not in the vintage, not actually ever carded in the vintage collection as far as I'm aware. Brock, did they make a carded
blue Snaggletooth?
Not a blue one, but a red one?
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh,
yeah.
Then I do need to order it. Damn it.
But he was definitely smaller in stature than that figure is.
Yeah.
That figure looks like it's almost 3/4 of a size of a regular figure, where the other one is like half size. Like a little bit bigger than Yoda.
Ah, shit. See, I do need to get that. But the card back's not the same. Did they fucking do that again? Yeah, they put a goddamn CGI card back on it. Oh, god damn it. Well, still. I collect the vintage collection to have all of the original ones, so still pick it up even with that ugly ass card back, I guess. And then cool Black Series reveals. Anyone that's a Clone Wars fan, we're going to get Asajj Ventress. So she's looking good there, in my opinion. In the original layout. Let's see, what do we got here? Anything fun?
Well, nice soft goods skirt on her. Looks
yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, with the hard goods little flap there in the front. So I'm excited for her. The Pulse ones, again, I watched the reveals, but then didn't go back at 11 a.m. I was watching the Mythic Legion stuff. And sold out on Pulse quickly. Pulse still has their Black Series for $20 a piece. These went up all over the internet, including Amazon, for $23 a piece. You see, Entertainment Earth has them for $21. So these again are going to be mainline releases. So if you're not, just not don't need to get those pre-orders in, most likely can wait and they'll show up in pegs. I'm not far enough into Clone Wars to know who these guys are, so no spoilers, but we get Bad Batch Clone Hunter, and these guys just look super dope. They made a big deal about his face tattoo here, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, they look absolutely amazing. And then the sharpshooter crosshair here looks dope as well. That gun is massive.
So these two guys are on the very new Clone Wars season that they released not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you watch the first 2 episodes, you're pretty much caught up. Just the first 2 episodes, you will see these two guys.
Okay.
And it's a party of 5. Okay.
Okay. I'm almost there. I'm like on season 5, and I think season 6 was the lost episodes or whatever. But I'm almost there. Just haven't
You'll love
quite.
them. I guarantee you will love them.
Nice. Well, I put pre-orders in Big Bad Toy Store just because I know if I find they'll go into my pile of loot, and then I'll have 3 months to find them at regular retail. And if I don't, at least they're secured through that. So, the previous weeks or the previous Monday, we had a Mando Monday, and they announced a Black Series Remnant Trooper. And I bought the 3 3/4 one of this just because I buy every Trooper in the 3 3/4, but this is probably a pass for me. I just don't need them in a Black Series. Deco's a little bit better than the 3 3/4, but not much in my opinion. Anybody worried about him?
No.
Yeah,
I think people will buy him. They'll troop build him. I mean, it's a pretty cool scene. I mean, you get the Mando fighting like 5 of these.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, and that's the nice thing, right? You don't need a whole brigade of them. You need like 4 or 5, and you're good. So, and then Rock, you're the only person I know that buys these helmets. Any interest in this Mandalorian Black Series helmet?
You know what? I would rather have Boba if I was going to have a helmet, because the Mandalorian is new canon. I just, the other one to me is just so iconic, but it is really beautiful. I really do like it. And those old helmets, they've gone up in value like you won't believe.
That's nice.
Like Kylo Ren's like 300, Vader's 300.
Wow.
The only one that hasn't gone up in value is the one I have. Not the Stormtrooper. What the hell? What's the guy's name?
The fighter pilot.
Yes.
What the?
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I guess that speaks to how well he's known. Right?
Exactly. Poe.
Is it Poe Dameron?
Yes.
Yeah, Poe Dameron.
Yeah, that guy. That helmet was on clearance at Barmenton Co Factory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a ton of them.
See, and my problem with Poe's is I just don't like the shape of those helmets. I wouldn't mind a Rebel pilot helmet as much as Poe's. I just don't like the fucking shape. They made it weird, to me at least.
And I never even saw.
I agree.
I never even saw the other one. I'd never even seen a Luke Skywalker helmet, because I would have bought that and put that in replace of Poe's.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
And have they made one? I don't even know if they made one.
Yeah,
I think
they made
did.
they made a Red 5 helmet.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we've covered it on the show. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, the most iconic for me is a Stormtrooper. So if I won't pay money for a Stormtrooper, there's probably not another helmet I'm gonna get. But Let's see. Brinkalizer says he'd rather take an old trooper and just toss it in some mud for the Remnant Trooper. And then last Monday we had another Mando Monday. This wasn't as exciting. Lots of toys. That's got to be a Build-A-Bear. Yep. Build-A-Bear, plush child. Let's see. This was the big reveal for us action figure guys. A Beskar armor vintage collection Mando, but then you get some Nerf garbage. That doesn't. Oh, that's a Death Trooper. I'm like, that doesn't even look like his thing. And then if you're a high-end collector, you got the hot toy. Oh, quarter scale hot toys. Wow, that's fucking gonna be massive. So. And other bullshit. So yeah, a lot of Star Wars reveals. What do you guys think about how they're doing everything now? How they do a reveal and then they put up the pre-orders. Do you like that? Because so long as you're there and know when they're going to launch, you can pre-order them, or to me, I just think it's kind of ruining the surprise of everything. But what are your thoughts, Ruck?
Yeah, it's like you said, if you're available to be at a computer when they're dropping these, it's great. But if you're a person that's working and you don't have access to it, it really sucks. But then for that matter, what's the difference if you make the pre-order anyway and then your pre-order gets canceled? So it's kind of every pre-order, I can't wait to say what we got in this week, because you know what I haven't gotten in? Any of my fucking things I've ordered from Walmart. I don't even buy that much stuff. Everything got canceled. Blaster got canceled. My Awe Striker got canceled. And it's like, I don't buy modern shit. The only modern shit I go to buy, and they tell me to go fuck myself. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's good, but I feel bad for the people that are working and they don't get to log into these when they're there, and then you have to cross your fingers and hope you get it or pay scalper prices.
Yeah. AAA Cliff, you guys are at least online usually during the week. I mean, are you guys watching these things? Are you jumping on pre-orders?
For me, for sure. I'm unemployed, so and so I'll be able to watch some of these live events, and I'll be able to pre-order these things. And I feel bad for some of my friends who is in the group that couldn't order them because they're working. So, but the bright side is they're making a living. So, and I'm burning cash. Cash I don't have. So, but yeah, it's a shame that they did it right after the review. But they, they give you a modest 1 hour later. Well, it'll be like, let's say what was the review was 11 or 12. I can't remember exactly now. And then the pre-orders will be up in an hour, so it's at 1 o'clock. So they'll tell you the time. So that's nice, I guess. Hopefully people who's at work can catch it during a lunch break. But I think now you should embed it in your mind that anything that's Pulse or Hasbro Pulse is doing, it's going to be between 12 and 1. So guaranteed. Yeah.
What about you, Cliff? I mean, of all that stuff, I could see you wanting that Beskar TVC figure. I don't know about any of the other stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of the drops when they hit. I'm not a huge pre-order guy for Star Wars stuff. I kind of just buy it as I see it. But yeah, I think I did order the Beskar. I think I ordered it from Big Bad with collector grade.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Yeah. That's I ordered two. One to keep on that's where I've gotten sucked in, is everything, not Mandalorian the series, everything the Mandalorian, him himself, Rin Jin Darjin or whatever his name is.
Din Djarin.
Din Djarin, yeah. Everything him I've been ordering two, one to open and one to keep carded, just so I could have a cool little shrine, man, for all my little carded Mandalorians.
Can I ask you guys something that I know Jason has pre-ordered, back the Razor Crest, and now Cliff also back to Razor Crest. And
yeah.
and I don't know if Rock did. No, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
no.
Okay. So with all these Mandalorian figures in the 4-inch line, I mean, you need to buy this one too, like the one that just shown the best guard Mandalorian figure, because you already have one. It's in the Razor's Crest, and then you got the Dojin one that's coming from the Walmart. So how do you justify this one?
I didn't order the Walmart one because fuck Walmart.
Okay.
So
And Jason?
so that's the one, and then the one that comes with the Razor Crest, that's got a soft goods cloak, so he can stay in the cockpit of the Razor Crest.
Okay.
Me, I'm really debating on, because this is what I probably would have done with Jabba's. If again, I missed Jabba by being a time zone off. I was going to pull the trigger, and when I went to do it, I was a half an hour late because I miscalculated my time zone. But I may sell those figures. I don't really give a shit about, and I like that the Mandalorian will come, I like the child one as well, but I might sell those to offset the cost because I don't really care about having them carded. It's really weird.
Too?
No, well, and that's the hard one. Like if they get, because the Jaw was the one that I really dug because that scene is so disturbing to me. My hope is that they'll just release those in mass releases, maybe with less accessories or something like that, or not soft goods or whatever. But
come on, it's Hasbro. Come on, you know they're gonna do something to re-release it. Look what they did with that yak face from the barge.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, but I really wanted that yak face, and he hasn't gone. I've been watching him on Amazon. He went down to $13 on Amazon, and I missed him. And I've been watching him for the last 6 months, and he's still $19. So I don't like him that much, to pay $19 for him. So.
Well, the one that came with the barge was going for $175.
Oh, really?
And the only difference is it's got the coin.
Yeah,
it's got the other card back.
See, and that's
insane.
That's my whole thing. Is if I can offset the price, if I can sell one of those figures for $100, and I have a perfectly acceptable, if I can just cut the cape off of the main release one so he can sit down, I'm fine with that. But. PGF Keen, IRL friend Philippe there says bad batch. Whoop whoop. Brian Brink says reveals aren't bad. If it's Walmart or Target, don't even try. All the main releases are available Amazon, BBTS. See, and I get so fucking picky with that. BBTS wants to charge $2 more than the $20, and it's ridiculous because if I miss out on a figure, say I don't get those Bad Batch figures and I didn't pre-order them, and then I watch it and I love it, then they're going to be $40. So sometimes I just got to suck it up and take that. But that's how cheap I am. Like if I miss out on a $2 less pre-order, then I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going to pre-order it at all then.
Yeah, but think about how much you save on their shipping, because that pile of loot for $4.
Yeah,
they're eating a lot on that. So
exactly,
they got to offset it somehow.
Tamashii Nation 2020 virtual event happened. Nothing super exciting. I like the Pac-Mans. I'm even a Hulk collector, and I still can't get down with paying $80 for a 6-inch action figure. As amazing as they might be, but the Pac-Man, Pac-Man is this the Shogoken Pac-Man? Whichever this mech suit is.
Yeah, it's like a die cast.
Yeah, see, that I can rock with. I really dig that. But So, Peter, even with these smaller ones, do they still charge you $80 or the? Oh, I think we talked about this with the Dragon Ball Z ones. It is
Oh yeah,
scale, like the
yeah.
size of it. The price
Depends on
will
how
be
big,
relative, right? Okay,
definitely.
so this should be hopefully like $60,
$60,
right?
yeah, right.
Okay,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
so but yeah, I just can't get down on that stuff. So, and like I say, this is coming from a person that just spent $380 for a spaceship he doesn't really like, but you know, I guess. I'm an enigma wrapped in a riddle. But Store Horsemen, so Mythic Legions had both G-Con and Mythic, forget Mythic Legion Con, maybe something like that. And these look dope. So let me show you the all-in here. Let's see if can we get this big. Oh, they were touting how great their website is, and I'm like, I don't agree here, but so the big thing here is it's basically vampires versus like elves. Is that kind of the thing, Brinkalizer or KJ? I know you guys are into these. Oh, and shout out to Paul Schreiber, who's joined us too. What's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
So I love the little like so she's really dope with the, you know, extra like arms coming off and stuff like that. Very cool, like vampiress, and then a vampire horse, which is dope.
Wow, I like this one.
Yeah, this one's dope.
This is first time seeing this myself because I missed this event. So
their other big reveal was their larger scale figure vampire here. He's looking dope as hell as well. The one that I think I'm gonna order, I'm just not a big vampire fan. The one I think I'm gonna fucking order is this moose. I'm loving this fucking moose, dude.
Okay, show us. Zoom in. What appeals to you? Let's see.
I think the big thing is my mom was a collector of all things moose. Like she loved it. Is it meese? Is that the plural of it? She loved mooses. And I think that's the big thing. I think it just kind of reminds me of my mom, you know. If people don't know, she passed a while ago. So, I mean, not to be sad or anything, it's a celebration of her, but I think it looks dope. You know, those horns are amazing. They showed some of the dwarves. They can literally sit in the horns of the moose. That's how big it is. I could see another one that somebody might be interested in, not me, but that Minotaur here. Let's see, get a good 3/4 shot of him. So he looks pretty dope. Their horse body there with the
wow, yeah. It looks like that new Netflix series, like the Blood of Zeus, one of those characters.
Oh, do they have it? I'm still when that came out, it prompted me to want to finish Castlevania. So I'm still because they're made by the same company. Some dude at GameStop told me that. He's like, "Did you know they're made by the same company?" So it reminded me I need to finish Castlevania. So I haven't started watching it yet. But yeah, this dude's dope. And again, super reasonable. I mean, you know, not to belabor the point, but $65 and this thing's going to be huge. That's probably 10.5 inches tall and fucking probably 10 inches long, you know. So awesome reveals.
So how much money have you put in for pre-orders?
I haven't done anything yet, just because they usually run these for about a month. So it's nice. It gives you gives you time to kind of reflect and be like, okay, what do I really want here? But the big thing Brinkalizer's saying here is these are all new molds, unlike some of the I think he's jabbing you, Peter, about the Tamashii Nation stuff. But
Well, you know, we're still waiting for the first batch of horses.
mhm.
So, and they're probably sharing some of the toolings with those, and I don't have any of these in hand, so I don't know. So it has to be sharing some of it.
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure there's definitely some reuse there, but so I guess since none of us are really Mythic Legions guys, KJ, Brian, what are your thoughts? What are your must-haves? And we'll move on while they answer that. All right. Toy news, new droid factory showing up at the parks at least, this is kind of interesting because they have a Forlom, and I don't think they've ever done like an actual character. It's always been a Halloween R2D2 or an R2D2 with some kind of extra parts or something. So that's kind of interesting. Anyone have any idea what this CB23 might be in reference to? Usually it's some kind of homage or something.
No, the colors don't ring any bells.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, normally they'll do holiday-based ones. And then what I'm really interested in is what this big yellow thing in this multi-pack is. It's obviously got to be something that's at Galaxy's Edge right now. See if Ed Arndt was joining us, he'd be able to chime in. Let's see. Brian Brink saying all the regular figures are new tools. Brian was saying the new molds because he says you always say the Mythic Legions are repaints, Peter.
Not completely, but I see parts of it. So.
Yeah, I mean they do reuse their parts and they do it well. Like they don't.
Yeah, they do.
It's not as blatant as Mattel, but KJ Smith says he's in for all, but the Moose was a big one for him as well. Brian Brink's all in, and the Moose was big news for him too. So. All right. The new Artemis Silver Cord has my attention as well. And I don't know, is that the Artemis? Oh, this one here. The Chica. I'm a big archery fan, so I do love that like all of these guys are archers. That's kind of dope.
See, she would remind me of, I think, one of the Wave. Like, oh, maybe that. Okay, because I see antelopes on top of her, so I'm thinking of that antelope character. So that's like an animal thing. Yeah. So I was like, okay, never mind.
All right. Let's see. Leader Grimlock in hand. I put this on here. I'm kind of over seeing the in hand stuff. But the big thing for me here was the wheelie, because I was hoping he actually transformed, but that is definitely not the case with this little guy. So, I mean, not too bad, but they show a comparison shot with his Voyager, where you can see they're, showing a lot of the design stuff, but he looks dope. I mean, I'm a Grimlock fan, and considering I won't have to pay $50 for this, I'll hopefully get it on sale for 40 or 35. I'm definitely in it. So there's a great group shot. I love it, man. I mean, this is, like I say, the movie's my shit. So I'm really liking this. I think he's a little big. do they show him with Prime? Yeah, here's him with Prime. Yeah, maybe he's about right, I would say. That's pretty much about it. Here's him next to a Sharkcon. About good size there. Next to Skylinks. So yeah, I mean he's definitely a get for me. I'm disappointed the wheelie doesn't transform, but whatever. You doing any of this 86 Studio Series stuff, Peter?
No. Sorry. Yeah, because I'm trying to get out of Chug line and anything in that scale. I do enjoy MP scale, so which is why I got those Giga Power that Lotus recommended, and the way how MP is heading to a really strange price level and direction, it's hard for me to continue. So yeah, it's a bit too cartoon accurate. I like my stuff a little more detailed. So so right now it's a huge pause on Transformer for me. Either way, Chuck line or MP. So yeah, we'll see how the future holds. So
understandable. New Black Series. Rumors at least confirmed. We're gonna get a Moff Gideon and his dark saber here. Face sculpt I'm not overly happy with, but
I agree.
I'm just hoping, and we're gonna. I didn't put it in the show notes, but we're gonna have a Mandalorian discussion here at the end of the show. But I haven't seen the one that dropped on Friday yet. I'm still behind on that one, but I'm hoping he makes a bigger splash in the series or has a better backstory. We get Queel.
oh, I need this guy.
Oh,
I need him in a
awesome.
3/4. Yep.
Really? See, I don't really care about him. He's
Oh,
like,
I love him.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
season
do.
1, man.
Yeah,
Literally.
he's so cool, and he's Nick Nolte.
I know. And I love how he not. This is the way. What is he? What's his?
I have
his
spoken.
I have spoken. Yeah,
I have
Yeah.
spoken.
And I do like that he represents, like when he's talking to Cara Dune, spoilers, I guess, but when he's talking to Cara Dune and she's like, "You were just a slave," and he's like, "I earned my freedom with my hands." You know, I do
Yeah.
like that he's fucking baller like that.
But
Yeah,
he's
cool.
he's a bit too orange though. But I hope they adjust that. It looks really cartoon.
Yeah,
So
and it may just be them pumping up the contrast in Photoshop
Maybe.
or something, but.
yeah.
And then Grief Karga, Axon Jackson himself here. Again, not a super fan of the face sculpt. And
Yeah,
they're
it's
supposed to be
strange.
like, they're like, oh, we got hyper realistic face paints now.
Yeah.
Let's put the NECA Apollo Creed head on it.
Yeah, there you go. With his fro, at least a little bit more fro than he's.
I'm looking at that figure from here, and I'm like, the complexion's way off too. Like the Apollo Creed one's much darker.
So those look like to be coming soon. And then this is what I'm really excited about because I've gotten her in every incarnation, the Jedi Hunter Aurra Singh. So she'll be dope. No pictures yet or anything. It says Clone Wars subgroup of figures, but whatever the case, I hope we get her in her alternate black outfit. Maybe I missed that black outfit. Is that later in the season, Peter?
No idea.
That's from the
I missed it too.
dominatrix. The dominatrix scene. You missed that part.
There's no sex in Star Wars.
Peach Keen says, wish we could get a better look at the Darksaber. That would be good. Bringalizer says, Grief looks like he went 12 rounds with Rocky. And I just noticed the private chat. So here, that's funny. Can I tell people, Cliff, that
Yes, that's fine.
Cliff turned off his video because he has a stomach ache and he's lying on the ground as we talk. My camera is pretty much off. The sun's going down, so I'm losing light quickly. The only thing lighting me up here is my monitors. So as we go to a brighter screen.
So you guys only get to look at me then all show.
Yeah,
You're the star.
Guys, just scrap the YouTube. Listen to the audio only version now.
Let's see. More Hot Toys Mandalorian figs coming as well. This will load here. Again, Moff Gideon. These are just a teaser. Now that looks dope. Obviously, that's kind of photoshopped up in there, but and then I think just an excuse to release a Sand Trooper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they pretty much looked exactly like they looked in Star Wars. So, God, I could not imagine being like, I'm getting all the Hot Toys, and then most Hot Toys collectors do Marvel and Star Wars and all that. It's crazy. Razor Crest post-mortem. So this thing just went batshit crazy. I mean, just like Brinkalizer's charts have always shown, that last day, that FOMO kicks in, right? I ordered mine with like about 3 hours left, I think. Cliff, you said you got in like 30 minutes before on yours?
Oh no, it was a few days. It was after the end of the second episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian. I was like, I fucking love this ship. I'm buying this.
I agree, dude. That and I watched it that day. That's why I was like, okay, this thing's dope. It's bouncing around snow caves.
It's like perfect marketing strategy for you.
As soon as that episode ended, I went to Hasbro Pulse and bought it. As soon as it ended.
So let me get back to the chat here. I stayed in the public chat. Let's see. Oh, KJ Smith has his first hot toy coming, and it's the Mando tomorrow. That's awesome.
Congrats.
Let's see. I did the math on this and I already forgot it because I'm drinking. But we're going to round here and say 29,000 backers at $350 a piece. They made 10,150,000, or they sold. That's not what they made. That's their gross.
Right.
$10,150,000 on this Kickstarter, for lack of a better word, if you're going to call it Kleenex or whatever, crazy.
Yeah.
And they talked about it in one of those Mando Mondays, and they're like, we scrambled to try to figure out stretch goals. It's like, dude,
Yes,
like,
yes.
you know how popular.
It's all in the paragram. Like it's all written. They already projected everything.
Yeah,
and it's only up to unlock number 5, and it just BS the way the rest.
Exactly.
It's I'm just so unhappy about unlock number 1 tier. That should have just been given. That should be already a part of it.
Yeah.
If they give us a part of that, we have another tier that they can give us something, different. So.
And I, even though they don't matter to me whatsoever, during that live show where they were talking about it, there's this one dude that was just spamming the chat that said, add lights and sounds to this immediately. This guy just every 2 minutes would fucking post that same thing. Add
That's
lights and
awesome.
sounds to this immediately.
Can I vote for that man for president?
So I could feel it again. I could really give a shit, but I mean that's what people want to see. Brinkalizer says 8,200 people on the last day.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
this is the highest backing, project. Like in HasLab. So
What I think is interesting is the thing that Peter posted in the group about how people are flipping them already, and that people are already paying how much more. It's like it just ended the pre-order. You didn't want to pay $375, so now you can pay $700 on eBay. How stupid are you?
Wait. I'll explain that. There's a international base fan that they couldn't back this. Yeah, and this is their only choice. It's very sad for those people. But
all right,
you know what?
I take back what I said. That makes more sense now.
Rock, say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, international fans. You're not stupid.
If you're listening to this, join our group. We are more than happy to help out international fans here.
Hey, I actually have a lot of international fans. I looked on that YouTube. There's an app now. You can see where the creator things. Apparently, I'm big in Egypt.
Flatulence is worldwide, Rock.
It sure is.
Oh.
But I didn't
And it may
realize...
not be allowed there. It may be taboo. So that's why it's even more popular.
Maybe that's why.
Look at this America just flatulating anytime he wants on camera.
Look at him farting on the infidels in the store. But
Didn't know Schwarzenegger was Egyptian.
Yeah, that's a little more Austrian than Egyptian.
Should I do it in the voice from the movie my son chose to watch on his birthday? Whenever you give a 13-year-old a remote, you're really playing Russian roulette. He put on America World Police.
Oh,
he woke up.
Team America World Police.
Team America World. He came down the stairs this morning going, America, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then my wife goes, what do you want for breakfast this morning? And he goes, Durka, 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 mini muffins, Durka, Durka. And I was like, oh my God.
The line we always quote from that movie is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
I'm Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Oh, we've been doing that all day. But but getting back to it, I didn't realize the international, Peter. You made a really good point. That makes sense now. Because I couldn't figure out why these people would be willing to pay double when it just ended. But now I get it.
But what I want to make a statement is that a lot of people out there I've seen a few of them out there. They're saying they're having regrets, but don't, because Hasbro has sent you guys an email saying that you can cancel it before December something. There's a date there or something.
Yeah, you have like a month.
So yeah, but I highly doubt you want to, because it's you can look, if you have any regrets, you can flip it and sell it and make a huge amount of money. So.
Well, that's what's crazy is people that are, quote, pre-ordering this on eBay, like you are just trusting that somebody's going to send that to you in a year. Like you won't have any recourse. There won't be any way for you to get your money back. Nothing like that. You're just sending somebody $800 and saying, I hope you send it to me, So.
Hey, speaking of eBay, you guys all selling stuff. Are you guys with the new eBay payments thing that they're doing, like that you can bypass PayPal?
No.
Yeah, I had to give my checking account number.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I'm not gonna lie, I have not sold an item on eBay in a month and a half.
Oh wow.
It is completely dead. I don't know what happened.
Well, no news invoice, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Zero action. I got nothing is selling at all for me.
And so what happened is PayPal gives you 120 days. Am I correct, Rock? That you can like ask for a refund or whatever, right?
Yeah, at least 90 days or 120, something like that.
120 days, yeah. But now that we have eBay with the payment plan, I wonder if we get an extension, like longer, like maybe 6 months or more.
Yeah.
So that would help these customers who's buying like Razor Crest, or but at least extend it a little longer. I know credit card does it for 1 year. So
Brian says he's been tracking the Sentinel, that the backer count dwindled down about 550 backers. So they must have allowed people to pull out of that one as well. So that's interesting. Maybe canceled, or
oh, where
Oh,
did he go?
we lost Slick.
Good riddance. Just kidding.
Even
So,
that Sentinel, I believe, is selling for 3 times the price it originally was
oh wow.
suggested at. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
I listened to
Go
another
ahead.
podcast, and the guy was just regretting he missed out on it. He said
Okay.
now he's not willing to pay $1,000 for it.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
sorry,
I know.
wrong back button. Sorry, Rock. You were saying somebody missed out on is the Sentinel going? For
Yeah, the Sentinel.
$1,000?
There's another podcast. Listen to a wrestling podcast, and one of the guys got into collecting Marvel Legends, and he just missed out on the Sentinel, and he said the Sentinel is now selling for $1,000.
Jesus, freaking crazy. All right, let's get into statues. Boo! But they're actually
Lotus
not
ain't
that
here.
bad.
Cancel it.
Face looks awful, and again, these are only like $55 statues. The Destro looks dope. I like the Destro.
Are these the ones at
like
GameStop?
I don't know. I don't know if GameStop carries these. They're on Pulse. These are the pop culture collectibles or something like that.
I found Snake Eye at GameStop.
Pop culture shock. Oh, really? One of those? Oh, I think, yeah, you're actually right. Because there's a Castlevania Dracula statue that I wanted to get, and that it was like buy one statue get one free or something like that. And
Wow.
I literally couldn't find another statue I wanted to buy because all I want is that fucking Dracula. Yeah, Brinkalizer, 550 screaming wives. That's right. the credit card statement came in within that month. All right, third party, Chicken Fried Joe. So we talk about the Chicken Fried or the Dime Store novels. It's by Chicken Fried Toys. This is their new Calvary set. So we talked about this previously, but Joe Rhino on the group, he also has a Facebook page, YouTube. So go follow him there. I believe that he pledged this $1,000 for I'm the Star of this show. Included in this limited package is the opportunity to have your likeness portrait added to a figure in this campaign and a package of the first 4, I'll pick my own, blah, blah, blah. You'll receive 4 resin hard copies of your likeness, as well as at least 1 test shot, tooling sample of the same, and once manufacturing is complete, 5 mint on sealed copies of the figure with your likeness on it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and this is one of the most reasonable priced ones I've seen, because a lot of times they're like $10,000 for them. And what's cool is they allowed 12 backers too. So a lot of times it's like 1 or 3 at the most. So that would be a dope homage for Joe. Like, if anybody follows Joe, he's going through a lot of stuff health-wise, and so I'm really happy that this got funded, and I'm happy that he got in at that backing level as well. And I for one, I can't wait to add a Joe Rhino figure to my pre-order. So.
It's definitely a great thing, and I wish a lot of thoughts and prayers for Joe. He's really been fighting cancer for a long time, and I hope he stays with us as long as he can and keeps up the good fight. He's a good guy, one of the good members of the community.
Hang in there, Joe.
Yeah, I never got to. I don't think I reported in what I got, but I got my first wrestling tee, my pro wrestling tee, and it was Joe Rhino's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one of his, and it's blue and orange. So the only thing that really matches in my wardrobe is my Knicks hat. So whenever I go, the Knicks play the Nuggets here in Denver once a year. So I get to go to a Knicks game once a year. And so every time I go to that Knicks game, I'll be wearing Joe's shirt. And it'll remind me of him. So I love it. I love it. And really good quality, those it's a site, right? Pro wrestling.
Yeah, they make nice
like
soft T-shirts.
Yeah.
Did you get the soft one? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Exclusive Ultimates glow in the dark Mumra. Yeah. I don't know. Like, are you just so bored that you need to get something? I'm not a big. I love glow in the dark stuff, but he's more expensive. He has like next to no paint apps on him because
glow in the dark is a huge comeback this year. So
yeah.
Yeah, did you get the glow in the dark alien because it was glow in the dark?
I did get that. That is one, just because I always felt the movie poster really lent itself to glow in the dark, and when the packaging and I do have to admit, I do dig that the packaging has glow in the dark on this as well. That's probably my favorite part of it. But the sculpt just looks so soft, because there's no wash on it or anything. And I get a wash will fuck up the glow in the dark. It won't be as bright, but I think it could also add some dimension to it too. But there's that for people that are Thundercat fanatics. Dr. Wu Beachcomber. So it looks like Dr. Wu's really going to make this a line. These little 4.5 centimeters? That's 2.5 inches, right, Peter?
Maybe, yeah.
Do you know? Oh, you're too Americanized.
Yeah,
You've forgotten your metric roots. Oh, 1.75 inches. Oh, because it's a mini bot compared to the Galvatron and the other one we've seen. So
not a world's smallest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't even see this. They've also teased a Prime with a trailer. Now that might be a must buy. The Beachcomber looks good. I'm not a huge Beachcomber fan, but looks super detailed for something that size. One thing I'm glad I didn't order the Monitor Officer, because it looks like that's not actually Soundwave. It's going to be Soundblaster. So he's actually painted black with the purple window. And I was reading the comments, and it makes sense, is they're showing him off with Scorponok here. And when Scorponok was around, it was Soundblaster. Soundwave wasn't around anymore when they brought in Scorponok in the cartoons, at least. So, but I'm glad I didn't pre-order this guy, because I don't like Soundblaster, or I don't collect Soundblaster. Not that I don't like him, but so yeah, I mean, those are really cool figures. Again, I just can't do it. $30. It just seems $20. $20. I'm all in on them, but $30 is just way too much for that scale. Here's something for Mark Haddock. He always wants us to include more Lego news, and I've got another Lego news after this. But Lego announces the Roman Coliseum, and I got to tell you, it's super detailed and all, but this just looks like one of the most boring builds
exactly.
I've ever seen. It's like, here, build this one section and repeat
this looks like work
85 times.
Oh my god.
Maybe you're a huge, Gladiator fan or something like that. Here's a a modern day shot of it with it. Again, super.
Can you imagine a
But,
kid
yeah.
that gets that as a gift? And he always like, oh,
Oh, hi. Oh, great.
wow, Roman Coliseum. Wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is definitely an adult
Want to
build.
trade gifts?
I'll give you a fruitcake for it.
Now, what looks even cooler is this micro build of the Razor Crest over here.
Oh,
But yeah, that's a rough one. But what I did want to show off, we talked about this. This thing launched in the middle of the night on Saturday night, sold out like immediately. Both available on Amazon and Lego.com. This was supposed to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Only $40. It's the Nebulon B Frigate. Look, okay, that's way too photoshopped. Okay, there we go. Looks absolutely amazing, and I'm so fucking pissed off that I missed it.
Okay, here's a second chance, okay, for those who missed this thing. There's no special pieces in here. I do have the PDF instruction to this thing. If you want it, hit me up. I'll send you that file. And go ahead and buy all the pieces that you need. You can build this thing.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere was saying if you piece it all together, it'll be about $50 if you go through Bricklink
Nice.
and do all the individual pieces. So I do appreciate that they didn't put any custom pieces on it, because I might actually do that. I love these micro builds, and to have a big micro build is super fun, in my opinion. But all right. Next up, classified accessories. Speaking about overpriced stuff. So this is a Serpent Leader accessory set. Let's see if I can just blow this up. Oh. All right, let me turn the volume off. That might get us kicked off YouTube. But 2 alternate heads, a pistol, and a scepter. Looks really good. It's done by a small guy. 3D printing forge. So it looks really cool. Bobby Skullface did a review of these, and the crazy thing is, all right, cancel. I don't want to see that. Whoa, yeah, that's definitely going to get us kicked off.
Is that a music video of Creed?
I don't know what that was.
With arms wide open.
The crazy thing about this, and Bobby addressed this in the review, is this thing doesn't actually like snap onto the ball peg. It just sits on top of the neck joint. So it's really kind of interesting. And I really thought I wanted it, because we have the variant Cobra Commander, which is the light blue with the battle helmet. So the dark blue one lends itself perfectly to a masked Cobra Commander. But these 2 heads, a gun and a scepter, are $50 unpainted and $100 painted. So I was just like, oh, nope. I'm done with that. And there's been a few things like this throne that's behind him. I don't know if it's done by the same dudes, but this throne is like $40-$50. So I get it. These are small companies doing this, but this takes a lot of interest to want to put out that kind of money. Wow. Okay. Brinklizer says they painted one on the Shelf Gravy podcast or stream a few weeks ago, and it took about a couple hours to paint. Yeah, and I could see that. I mean, you got the flesh tones. I have it paused here on this one. But the other head is really cool too. The other head is where it's the whole Cobra symbol over the face mask, and I really the throne's done, and KJ Smith said he won the throne. That's dope. Hell yeah. So, like I say, good up on people doing these things. I just wish they were a little bit more reasonably priced. So, no store report, nothing really popping up that I saw. Online, Amazon exclusive Botropolis rescue mission. So more repaints here. And I guess this is kind of cool. I just don't kind of dig this whole like base building thing that they're doing with a lot of these guys. I don't know anybody else. KJ said he won the head. He won the head that was painted on Shelf Gravy.
Oh, that's awesome.
That must have been what Brian Brink meant by we was KJ Smith. But this Botropolis, I mean, it's cool. I like that it's a little like mini set. I like that the space shuttle has like a booster rocket and stuff like that. But this is an Amazon exclusive, $60. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Studio Series Cybertron Starscream. I was really excited for this. And did we talk about this on the last show? I couldn't remember if it was out yet. I don't think it was.
I don't think we did, no.
Okay. So again, this is from the Bumblebee movie Cybertron scene. Looks really cool until you get to that. And I went and looked at screenshots, and this is actually screen accurate. This big thing that's coming out of the bottom of him. I might get it just to keep him in bot mode, but I was like, what the hell is this? But it is screen accurate. But that's just me. I'm a Starscream collector. I'm sure nobody wants that ugly thing if they're not a Starscream collector. New 1/12 scale Tantive 4 Star Wars dioramas. This is not in third party because this is officially licensed. This is done by spacewalls.net. They did a lot of stuff that was unlicensed for a long time. But they actually have a license to do this. And it looks good. Cliff, any interest in this? You do a little bit more displaying and more proper setups than I do. I just kind of stick shit on a shelf.
Yeah, probably not for the Black Series. I don't really know where my Black Series is right now. I don't know. Like first I was buying Troopers, and then I was buying Han Solos, and then like I don't even know what my Black Series collection looks like right now.
And this thing is 3 feet long, 9 inches tall, 10 inches deep, 3-inch deep top shelf. Oh, that must just be the top. Now, if I remember these, I think we talked about this when they first announced this, and I think it's like ridiculously priced if I remember. Here, if their website will come up.
Well, if the 3 3/4 one is $50,
yeah,
that's gotta. I bet it's gonna be like $125 minimum.
If I remember it, yeah,
Whoa.
$180 for that. So
definitely not for me. That's packed.
And the bad part too, it's so big it won't fit in a DTOF.
Yeah,
because it's.
Yeah, 3 feet long. I mean, I don't think I have a surface in my room that is 3 feet long.
It wouldn't fit in a bookshelf either. I'm looking at my bookshelf. It's It's not 36 inches wide.
Yeah, that's crazy. It says it can display more than 30 figures at a time. For Peter, it's got blinking LEDs. That's kind of
There
cool.
you go.
Cool, but no. It's just a white background, $480 plus tax and shipping. No. See, like 1/12 scale is when you get to that scale, everything just takes up so much space, and I rather not. And that's why the vintage collection line is so great. It's 1/18 scale. Everything scales down, and then that's great. I can have it all on my desk.
Yeah, I agree. Even that Bareness bike is a little bit like anything beyond the 6-inch, like I can get with the Wampa. Even the speeder bike I can get with at 1/12 scale because it's so skinny. It's like this little rod kind of thing. But
did anybody pick up the snow speeder? That's one of the mid tiers size.
No,
No.
I haven't.
No, you see?
yet.
Yeah, it's just too big, and I love the detail, but I don't have the space.
Yeah. I mean, to me, anything that big needs to come with a stand that will set it above other 6-inch figures. Like, to me, that's super important, right? Like, if it could come with a stand that was 7 inches tall, then you could line up all kinds of Hoth figures underneath it and shit, and free up a little shelf space. But
Flightstand.com.
yeah. Exactly.
Not a sponsor, but what.
No, I feel you. Let's see. Oh, back. One more. Golden Lagoon US release. This kind of shocked me. So everybody know Takara Tomy did Golden Lagoon releases over the last 3 years or something. And I really wanted to bite on it. I like the episode. I like how they do goofy repaints like this. So we have an MP10 Optimus Prime, right? I'm sure it's not 44. Yeah, MP10. You get Unite Warrior Starscream mold. And then not Unite, what was it? Titan's Return of Perceptor, Beachcomber, and Sea Spray. And I love Sea Spray. And then as well as the Titan's Return Soundwave, which isn't my favorite mold of them, but it's still a Soundwave. And so this US release is the exact same price as the fucking Takara Tomy ones were, through TF Source and Big Bad Toy Store, and they all sold out. I'm like, these things were on sale at TF Source for about a year, and were still available, and they sold out instantly when they hit Pulse. So I don't know. The Transformers fandom seems to be a very fickle, weird community. Yeah. Because I was like, oh shit, I'll finally get that 3-pack because I can't imagine that it'd be more than $60. And of course it was still $90 for the 3-pack. I don't even know. Let's see. Let's go take a look at Pulse and see if anything's last. Oh, god damn it. This stupid Pulse site has probably gotten a huge jump in traffic since Hasbro Pulse launched. Let's see. Golden. Let's see what's still available here. Like I say, you can still get the Prime, $180, no trailer, no nothing. Yeah, the 3-pack sold out at $90. The Starscream sold out at $45 for a fucking Warrior Deluxe. Yeah, and this fucking Soundwave, a $50 leader at $140. Insane. People are fucking crazy. But anywho, not to talk shit if anybody listening ordered that. To each their own, I guess. Walmart Headmasters went up for pre-order. And I'm kind of like with you guys, I don't know if I got a pre-order in for this. They're all now sold out. So these were the Headmasters coming in the original G1 packaging. Yet there they hit. They're the modern Headmasters releases of these. Right, I know we talked about these before. Rock, were you getting any of these? I know you probably weren't pre-ordering, but if you saw them in store.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in. I think it was Ratbat. You know, I
The
like
Mind
vintage,
Wipe.
Yeah, that one. It looks like that one. I like
Mhm.
vintage packaging. So, first of all, if I see them, it'll be a miracle. But if I do, I'll
Yeah,
try to
because you
pick
never
these
go to
up.
Walmart's.
Well, I don't go to Walmart, number one, and number two, my lovely track record of getting my pre-orders, or if I do get a pre-order, it not being just absolutely damaged. So that means I'll be buying them on eBay in a few months. Long story short, yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
What drives me nuts is so I collect 4 Headmasters. It's Hardhead, Mind Wipe, Brainstorm, and Skull Cruncher. And of course they throw Chrome Dome in here, so you have 3 Autobots and 1 Decepticon. I'm like, really? You couldn't put 2 Autobots, 2 Decepticons, because they would have chose Skull Cruncher, but whatever. So I'll be buying 3 of the 4. Again, like you say, I don't even know if I got a pre-order in. It's been so long since I've gone through my orders email folder that I do. But considering I go to Walmart's, like I go to like 5 Walmarts every other week, I will probably see these. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of nostalgia associated with these. It might be in G1 packaging, but I don't think your average consumer is going to be like, oh yeah, I remember the Headmasters, those were my guys, kind of
Do you know what the retail is on these?
I don't. Let's see. It'll show us if we click through. I say $25. Whoa.
Oh wow, that wouldn't be bad at all.
Whoa. That's when I did the show notes. Oh, $20.
Wow.
Even better. Yeah, regular fucking deluxe pricing on that shit. But
that's
of course,
a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, all out of stock, but oh well. All right. What we got? Rock, what you got?
Okay, so funny story. We were just talking about the Walmart, all my pre-orders getting canceled. I'm on eBay and I find a guy selling an Awe Striker because mine got canceled. And I look and he lives about 20 miles away from me. So I send him a message. I'm like, hey, instead of doing shipping, do you have local pickup? So the guy sends me through code his cell phone number. Call the guy up. I go to his house. He's also selling the GW acrylics that I put my the real good figures in. I go to his house, and Jason, this guy does what you would love to do. He had a room in his house. He's an Entertainment Earth distributor. He had a room in his house the size of my man cave that was boxes upon boxes of Star Wars figures. He had 2 of the New Millennium Falcon. Then when I was there, he was trying to upsell me. He's like, so what do you collect? He had, I almost bought a vintage style Slave One. He told me to do it for $115, where I think it's like $129 online, plus tax, plus shipping.
I think it's $150.
Yeah, he was gonna give me.
I think the MSRP was $150, but go ahead. Sorry.
He said he would give it to me for $115.
Crazy.
He had the Hoth Wampa in the San Diego Comic-Con style. He had so much stuff. It was incredible. But he had every Mandalorian 6-inch figure, carbonized, and it was packed from floor to ceiling. But the main reason why I went there was I had to get some acrylics because I finally got my, look at this.
Ooh, look at that. Straight arm?
Straight arm, but wait to hear this one. The guy I bought it from, kind of a dick. I said, "Do me a favor, can you pack it? Can you pack it really carefully?" He wrapped it in bubble wrap and threw it in the most oversized priority mailbox. So by the time I got it, it was rubbing in the package. So Ed Arndt knows the story. If you look at my Scarlet, it looks like she's got nipples. I'm gonna try to get
I remember seeing that post.
Look at it. It looks like she's got nipples on the titties. So
it's not funny because it's paint rub, but
so I thought I had this super rare variant. I'm like, holy shit, nobody must know about this. This must be a running change. And I looked like such an asshole because people were like, oh no, look at her nose. Her nose has a little bit of a paint rub. But if you do look at it, you see these two little bumps.
Oh yeah.
And they look molded. And so apparently when the guy shipped it, it must have been like this, rubbing the entire time. But you know what? I didn't open up a case on eBay. If I told you what I paid for this and what they go for, I can't complain. I mean, I got this for $338 when they normally sell for $7 and change.
Yeah.
So now I only need a Cobra Officer straight arm to complete the straight arm run.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude.
So that's my big get.
And I think when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. I like that better.
Yeah, right? I mean, and some of the people just put some real questions like, oh, maybe it was cold, maybe it was this. I mean, I look so stupid, but I bought at what was it, Baltimore Comic-Con a couple years ago, I bought a faker mint on card, and it was a rare variant because he had Skeletor's arms that in the factory when they were making them, they ran out of the first ones. They ended up using Skeletor's arms, and then they switched. So I thought maybe I had a rare variant. What do I know? I guess I was thinking too much outside the box. I thought I had the rare. It's cold outside. Nipple titty variant.
Well, to me, the most important thing about your collection is the stories behind it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so to me, it actually added value to have this story, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
the only thing is
amazing.
The only bad part was somebody tried to take the price sticker off, but I mean it would probably grade a AFA 70 maybe 75. It's definitely not an 80, but it's still a grade pretty high. O-rings intact, the litho's good, no tears, but just the price sticker. So I'm happy. Like I said, I've been trying to buy. Save up and try to now I'm just being more patient because nothing's selling on eBay. My free money has completely ran out.
Oh no!
Well, nothing's selling at all. I mean, and I have things priced well, but I think maybe with the election, no stimulus, people getting frantic, and I think just nothing's selling. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm dry as can be. So I gotta make my purchases count.
Well, and that sucks because I was like, I need to get on this gravy train of the fucking everybody buying stuff, and now I'm like, oh, that sucks. People have stopped buying stuff.
Have you attempted to start selling all those Star Wars figures yet?
No, haven't even. We're like entering. We're starting our investor round of funding with the startup that I'm working on.
That's great.
So yeah, it's good. It's just keeping me mad fucking busy.
Well, that's more important than selling those figures anyway.
No time. Yeah, and it sucks because I got to put in pretty much a full-time job on, even if we get investment dollars, I wouldn't see anything from it for 9 to 12 months, which sucks ass, but it's what we got to do. It could make me a millionaire one day. So
remember that, everybody.
Hey, if I'm a millionaire, I will just start randomly posting giveaways in the group. Just like, who wants this? It's free. Cliff, what about you? You got anything good? You feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, I'm good. Back up off the floor. Back on the table. I don't know what's going on. No, I didn't get much this week. I got the Punisher motorcycle Marvel Legends 2-pack, the one that comes with the Punisher and the motorcycle.
Nice, nice.
That's actually a really impressive figure. That Punisher figure is kind of cool. I got the Star Booster Armor Iron Man Marvel Legends from the Gameverse. It's like the white and gold space armor. Looks pretty cool. And then I think I got the Superman Darkseid 2-pack from Spin Master for the 4-inch.
I haven't seen that. Is that an exclusive or just something that's just showing up now?
Well, apparently it was only available on Walmart.com, but it was always sold out. But it popped up on Amazon for like $15, so I just bought it. The Aquaman Black Manta one's still $25, so I don't have that one yet.
I always dug Black Manta back from Super Friends Day.
Yeah, he's got the helmet is just so awesome.
yeah, I agree. They did a good job of it in Aquaman too.
Yeah, that's one of the best translations. They're like, we're just going to make it exactly like it looks in the
Exactly. Oh, shit. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. It was pretty low-key couple weeks.
Sweet. I know Peach Keen, I actually just took him some things over to his house last week, and it reminded me that he's a big Punisher collector. Do you have that motorcycle pack yet? I didn't think I saw it because I was looking at his stuff and I was like, I think that's what's missing from. He has his own little section of Punisher figures, and I think that was missing from it because that's relatively new, right?
Yeah, I think so. I just saw it at Target, and I liked the figure in the pack so much. It's probably my favorite of all the Marvel Legend Punishers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm getting rid of this stuff. Let me exit the solo layout. AAA, what about you? You I shouldn't say did you pick up anything? I should say what did you pick up? And he did put in the private chat that he was having to take dishes to
I'm back.
There you go. Okay.
I forgot to unmute. I was like, I was just talking. I was like, what's going on? I got a few things in. Some pre-order came in from Walmart. I'm rubbing on Rock's face.
Yeah.
I got my All Striker.
Oh god! Even what Rock ordered.
And I got the Baroness that came in. And what else? I found these in the store. The Nano Jetta G.I. Joe Micro rides. So I found
the vehicles.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I bought 2 of those. Like, trying to find another pack, but no luck. But I'll find them.
I've been looking for you because when I first got them, you're like, "Oh, I need those," and I haven't been able to find them since.
Wow. Well, I'm pretty sure they will stop soon.
Yeah.
And I got the DC Doomsday figure. I don't know anything about DC. I just thought that's like big chunk of plastic, and dang, I want to buy that. It's pretty heavy, It's a very bulky, beefy guy. So, then I got the Obi-Wan Kenobi Attack of the Clone Episode 2 Ben. So or Kenobi.
The vintage collection one or the Black Series one?
Black Series one, yeah, the Black Series 6 inch. Yeah, the one he looks like Jesus Christ. So. And then I found the I think it's Jada. Yeah, it is Jada by Jada. The Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine in the 1/24 scale. I think it's 1/24. Yeah, it's the bigger one. So, pretty cool. Comes with Scooby and Shaggy. So, and then I got the Halo Warhog, the 1/18 scale. Sold the figure out of it. I just want the Warhog. So. So you can see, like, I put like G.I. Joe Resolute figures all in the vehicle. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. Did some photos with that, and that's me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I didn't want the vehicle, it was too big, but I bought one of the Halo figures, only $10, which is really good. But they are, just so people know, the G.I. Joe figures looked great in your pictorial spread you did, Peter, but
Thank you.
the figures themselves are 4.5-inch figures. So they stand a little bit taller than even modern Joes. But I was glad to have it. It's been super fun. It's just been on my table and I've been posing it. It's out in the living room. But
what you can do is that driver's seat is actually for Master Chief, right? So you look for the biggest, tallest G.I. Joe in your lineup. So you can think of like Roblox, Gunho.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So just think of like, super tall, guys, and that will fit in that spot. And the rest of the seats, like the passenger and the back gunner, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
anybody will fit in that. So.
Hell yeah. KJ Smith says Peter's voice is familiar. Did he do another show on YouTube? What was I forget what it was called.
I just did a show with Ultrazilla. That was on Friday. And then you mean Toy Talk maybe? Toy Talk is with Vince and Neats.
Yeah.
I did a couple of shows with those guys, and then I also did the Repack podcast. Well, did Reanimated, which I talk about anime shows. That was back in the day. That's like a year ago now.
And then what was the one you did a long time ago, like K9 or whatever it was? They did a lot of Gunpla and that kind of stuff, a lot of import stuff.
Oh, you mean Type VV?
There you go.
Yeah, that's his name of his channel. The show is called Toy Talk. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. For me, here, let me do some solo. Here, let me turn on my light just so we can
see it.
Maybe this. Oh God, put me on the spotlight here. Let's see. From Hasbro, I got the new. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. This is the new War for Cybertron mystery pack, which it's been spoiled what's in there. But I got that. From Pulse, they put up things that sold out, and so I was able to get the what do they call this? The Camino clone trooper. So just love Gray, and he's dope. I got this. This was meant to be a display piece because I wasn't going to take it out and play with it. But this is how it came from Pulse. Like, I don't know if the box was just crushed and they just pulled it out of a crush. I mean, my box was fine. That Camino Trooper came in the same box. But this is just mangled. But it's the G2 handheld game. So I know Pulse isn't one of those, they don't really stand behind mint packaging, but I'm going to be like, this was supposed to be a present. Would you give this to a kid? Kind of thing. So hopefully we'll see if I can get another one of those shipped out. I haven't opened them yet, but I got these, the fucking Diamond Select Star Wars figures. So not 6-inch, 7-inch Star Wars.
Can I ask you why?
Just because I could. They cost me $20, and I just wanted to see what the quality was. I get a lot of Diamond Select stuff for like Hulk and that kind of shit, and I'm not overly enthused about the quality. But I just wanted to see this is a brand new company. I also got the Boba Fett too. So we'll see. If I hate them, I hate them. Let's see. Oh, this was probably my most happy find in the wild because I'd never seen these. The Black Hole figures.
That looks great.
I have never seen this thing. Is massive. Takes up the whole freaking box here. The Maximilian figure. They also do a Vincent, but I think I want to do the full Diamond Select one because in that one, Vincent comes with the broken one. What's his name? Any black hole people out there?
I forgot.
I can't remember them. But anyways, it comes with the fucking broken down old one. But the Maximilian was great at fucking,
Walgreens, right?
Yeah, $17 at Walgreens.
Wow.
So
Yeah, my
super
Walgreens is full of them.
Are they?
Yeah.
Do they have? Well, like I say, I don't want the single Vincent. Does the single Vincent come with like any accessories to make it $17 worth?
That I don't know. I just see the black hole figures there when I'm there because they also have the Rocketeer that doesn't have as many accessories.
Yeah. Let's see. I got these guys, even though I was kind of like, I think I'll just like, if people order stuff from me, I'll just stick some of them in there. But I got those little Jada die-cast ones, super heavy. I mean, they're fucking crazy heavy, but I don't know. I like the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, but
That's
maybe
gonna
if somebody.
That's going to put you over 16 ounce.
This is true. This will probably add like 2 ounces to the package. Let's see what else. Everything else is out in the living room right now, but I got Trap Jaw.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Walmart pre-order came through on that one, luckily. And then I don't know if I talked about it on the last one, but I kind of wanted to talk about it now, is I did get my New Age and my Magic Square sound waves and all their tapes in. I've been meaning to post a picture of them because I opened them all up, did all the tapes, compared them with a Titan Master. If you're at all on the fence about which one to go with, if you want a legend scale, the Magic Square blows the New Age out of the fucking water. Like it is no comparison how much better the Magic Square Legends Soundwave and all the tapes, like every single comparison of the tapes. The Ravage is better than the New Age Ravage. The Laserbeak is better than the New Age Laserbeak. They're all so much better. So I really encourage you to pick up the Magic Square ones if anyone's even caring about those or was on the fence. Like I say, I even though I like both representations of them, I wish I wouldn't have gone down the New Age route whatsoever with those. I would have been more happy with just the Magic Square. So I just wanted to put that out there. If there's any people even questioning that. And I don't know if I think I talked about these, but I got the latest wave of the Mega Constructs. AAA, I found your evil Lynn for you.
Thank
if
you.
you haven't found her yet.
No, I found none of them yet.
I checked the eyes. There were some googly-eyed ones, so I got you the best set of eyes I could find.
Appreciate it, sir.
On there. But yeah, I think that's about it for what I got.
Woohoo.
So yeah, a lot of money spent by somebody that doesn't have a job. So, all right, let's get to listener feedback and questions. This comes from AAA. He says, what 3 toy lines in your collection are you most proud of? And again, I don't know why I'm quoting you because you're on the show, but
I didn't know why I was here. I just happened to make it. I was like, oh, okay.
He says, this is hard since I collect so many different lines. I would say G.I. Joe collection, especially the Pursuit of Cobra line. MOTU Classics. I paid eBay prices and love those figures of vehicles. And then Robot Spirits Damashii Nation version anime by Bandai. I have about 85% of this line. Essentially, this is a Gundam action figure line. When I was living in Hong Kong City, Gundam is the only thing I played with as a kid, so this line speaks to me greatly. Cliff, your 3 toy lines that you're most proud of.
Probably my mask. I really like my what?
I was gonna say, and how complete is it? Is it just cherry picking, or is it
mask is complete? The first, I have everything in the first 3 series. The only thing I don't have are the split seconds, the series 4, which never showed up on the cartoon anyway, so I don't really have any attachment to those. But everything that was ever shown in the cartoons, I have that they made. Nice. So the first 3 series.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty much. I guess. What else am I proud of? I mean, I got some Cops and Crooks figures. I really like my Buttons McBoom Boom and my Long Arm figure.
Nice.
Those are in perfect condition. I love Buttons McBoom Boom. Got the best name ever.
I was going to say, for people that didn't know, that was my second choice after Slick McFavorite for my
really Buttons McBoom Boom.
No, but it sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm proud of those. I like the vintage Karate Kid figures I have that I've posted pictures of for Lotus.
No, they're such good condition.
And then I think my Playmates Star Trek figures I love having. I mean, none of them are worth anything, but I have such a huge collection of them.
They made so many figures in that line. That line,
it's awesome.
Epic.
Hell yeah. Rock, what about you?
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm all vintage, so I mean, how many people can say they have a full Kenner, 77 figures all mint on card? So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah,
not too many people that could say they have that. I mean, I'm pretty proud of my G.I. Joe run. I mean, shit, over the last couple of years now, I'm like, I only look at G.I. Joe to me as like 82 to 88. Everything that came out after that, I don't count that.
Agree.
But I'm like, I'm more than halfway done getting all those figures mint on card. I just don't have some of the heavy hitters like Firefly and Destro, Barons, a couple, the 83 ones, which I'll be working on after the 82. But I'm proud of that. And after that, it's a real toss-up because, I mean, I have a mix of everything after that. I mean, I'm proud of my LJN figures. I have my LJN wrestling figures. I have almost the whole first wave mint on card. I got Hogan, which is autographed, Iron Sheik, Hillbilly Jim, and Big John Studd. The only one I don't have to complete the first series is Andre the Giant.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's not too bad. I think it's like a $300 figure. So, wouldn't be that bad to finish that run. But, yeah, it's a pretty hard run to get without dented bubbles, without being all cracked and all that and yellowed. And those figures are so heavy, they just make the cards separate. But that's what I'm pretty much proud of.
Hell yeah. Cliff, I just noticed, are you in your staycation suite?
Yep, I am. My jacuzzi suite.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Is it a jacuzzi or is it one of those hot tubs when you put hot water and it turns into egg drop soup?
No, that is a jacuzzi.
Woo.
I watched 2 Friday the 13th movies from the jacuzzi on Friday night.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. That's
which ones?
Awesome.
The jacuzzi was 5 and 6.
Nice.
6 is my favorite one.
Me too. Yeah.
6 is also mine.
I watched that movie when I was going through puberty. So there's that scene where in the RV and you're doing it. You're doing it trying to do it to the beat of the music, and that was like my porn when I was that age.
And that's the only one with that. That's the only sex scene without any nudity in the whole thing too, which is funny. because I also remember it vividly. And as an adult, I'm like, why did I remember this? There's no nudity.
Oh yeah, I rewound and played that one back a few times as a kid.
Yeah, 6 is my favorite movie. I think 7 is my favorite Jason. But 6 is just the best. I love the little kids who don't want to be there and are constantly commenting on shit.
Oh, and I finally watched 10 because 10 is one of my fucking favorites just because of the sci-fi of it and all that kind of shit. I love 10.
How they're on a spaceship hunting Jason and no one turns on any lights.
Yeah.
Like in the spaceship, I'm sure there's lights somewhere.
Hey, Cliff, since you're such a horror fan, this is the only time we get to talk about it. What is the deal with that and Nightmare on Elm Street? I heard they're both like in absolute limbo right now with lawsuits that you can't make any more movies.
Correct. So both of them are kind of in the same position. There's a copyright law that any work for hire can revert back to the original writer after 35 years. Okay. So Victor Miller, who wrote the first screenplay for Sean Cunningham as a work for hire, is now trying to get the rights back. But it's made very ugly right now because yes, he did write the first movie where Mrs. Voorhees was the killer, but adult hockey mask wearing Jason has nothing to do with any of that. And Jason is what the series has become.
Remember. Yeah.
Okay, and do you have any insight on why there's no new Nightmare on Elm Streets?
Same deal. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984, and in 2019 it hit 35 years for a work for hire. And so Wes Craven's estate has applied to retain the rights back to that. So it's the same deal.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, because Halloween had a new remake. I mean, well, a sequel, and they have another one that was supposed to come out, but those two have just been in limbo. So I figured you'd be the one to ask. I'd rather ask you than go.
Well, what's cool about it though is Friday the 13th Part 3. There's a character in that named Shelly. He's like the overweight prankster.
Yeah, with the curly hair, the fro. Yeah.
So that guy's a lawyer now. His name is Larry Zerner, and he actually posts all the Friday the 13th legal standings and explains what they mean to idiots like us. He's like, here's what they released, here's what it means. So you should follow him on Twitter. He's keeping everybody updated.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's pretty interesting. Well, thanks, Cliff. I appreciate that because I was kind of curious on what was going on with that. So what are you proud of, Jason? I'm kind of curious to hear.
Before I go, we'll talk about the chat. Brinkalizer saying his Diaclone reboot, which I know AAA is a big fan of as well. Again, I don't have any connection to that, but the play value looks amazing. Brinkalizer's an Optimus Prime collector and has got one of the craziest Optimus Prime collections. And then Figuarts MCU collection. I didn't know that. And going back vintage, his Starcom. And then Peach Keen, Motu Joes, and Marvel Legends. He really likes his Marvel Yamaguchi and a few Mezcos. And then digging his Popeye 112 from Mezco as well. So for me, Soundwave Blaster and the tapes is pretty important to me. I've gotten almost everything. Again, everything that I can relate to. I'm part of a cassettes fucking Facebook group, and those people are insane. Like, I mean, there's 100 different variants of pre-Transformer tapes out there, and I don't go that deep. But I'm glad that I've got everything Transformers and forward. Tiger Force and Python Patrol. Like, I really zeroed in on those subgroups for Joe and have almost everything produced, including all the Black Major and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I'm missing is a couple club exclusive Python Patrol things that are like $300 a figure and $600 a vehicle ones that I'm missing there. But pretty proud of that. And then, God, I am just so proud of everything I own. I wouldn't buy it if I wasn't happy with it. But looking around, I guess my Bruticus, I'm a huge fucking Combiner fan, and once I was introduced to what a Focus collection might look like, I zeroed in on Bruticus. And so again, I don't have the pre-transformer, the Diaclone, and I don't even know if they're pre-transformer, but there's a super hard to find version of them that I don't have, but I pretty much have everything since then, beyond or excluding third-party stuff. Bobby Skullface is also a big Bruticus fan, and so he always reminds me of all the third-party stuff I don't have, that I'm not going to pay $600 for a Bruticus, for. But yeah, I dig it. I love it. God, there's just so much that is a really difficult question. But
I know the thing is, it's not the top two; it's the third. What's the third? That's the hard one, because what the 1 and 2s are. The third one for me was like, I don't know. That was tough. Good question.
Good question, AAA. All right, let's get into grab bag. First up, let me start sharing my screen. I actually remembered. First up, Star Wars custom shirts. This one's been in the bag for a long time. Yeah, this was September 3rd that this was posted. But if you're a hipster, I guess these are kind of hipster-y. These are kind of cool shirts. And I think this is talking about you can design your own pattern too. But it's dope. If you're a fucking executive or whatever and you got cuff links, that would be a dope little cuff to have on your shirt. Patterns look kind of cool, that kind of shit. But again, we will pass that by because I would never wear any of those.
Those aren't fat guy friendly shirts, let's be honest. Those patterns aren't going to look well in the 3X.
Yeah, I just started Taekwondo up again, and I'm doing it on a volunteer basis with a special needs class. And the new instructor, you're supposed to have your own you're supposed to have the uniforms of the school that you're teaching in and all that kind of stuff.
You mean a gi?
For Taekwondo, it's called a dobak.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yes, it is it's the equivalent of a karate gi. He's a super friendly guy, which I like. I come from a Taekwondo school that was super strict, and I had an instructor that made it fun. That's why I continued with it for so long. But this guy's super relaxed. I'm like, can I just do a t-shirt? And he's like, oh yeah. But it was one of those things where, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought.
Talk about what kind of gi you can wear, and like you were talking about was relaxed wear, like you don't have to wear the gi.
Dobak rock.
Oh, that's right.
Dobak.
That's right. Sorry.
Yes, sensei.
And then I was like, he's like, yeah, what size do you want? And I'm like, a 3X. And he's like, you want 3 times large? And I was like, and he's a Korean dude, Taekwondo is Korean, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. And I kind of pointed at myself. I'm like, yes, that's what I want. And then later on, he's like, I'm going to order it. And I literally had to say, now, you understand I want one shirt that is 3X large, not 3 extra large shirts. And to make sure that he understood that. But anyways. Thank you. Totally lost my train of thought there. I appreciate that.
Hey, you know what though? Good for you though, because I've always wanted to learn jujitsu, but I feel like I'm too fat, too old, and too brittle to roll around with some young, bearded up, tattooed guy who's gonna just fucking choke me out in a triangle or something.
No way. I encourage anybody to get into martial arts. It is the most accepting, easiest to like downgrade to your physical ability. Again, I'm in there stretching. My daughter's in my class. My daughter's almost doing the splits, and I can barely bend forward without splitting my pants and shit, and you just it's not a it's not a competition against others. It's a competition against yourself. It's just bettering yourself. So I encourage you, Rock, to get into it.
I watched Bloodsport
get your son into it.
Well, I watched Bloodsport on Netflix the other day while I was cooking, and
one of my favorites, man. I love Bloodsport.
Mike groin hurt for 3 days.
Yeah,
Mike groin hurt for 3 days watching Frank Dukes in that split. Okay, and I'm just
watching Randy Jackson come in, and he's like, "That hurts just looking at it."
Oh my god!
That movie still holds up.
I love Bloodsport.
When they're playing Karate Champ against one another, oh my god, that is nostalgia at its finest.
The best is for years I would say to my wife when she tells me to do something, I go, "Okay, USA," and she had no idea where that came from. And it's always a sarcastic thing. And then I was watching, she's like, "That's where you got that stupid line from?" I go, "Yeah, it's just a funny little stupid thing, but okay, USA." But good for you though. I'm glad you're doing some martial arts. I gotta do something too, but I gotta do it. Just gotta try to make the effort.
I know. It's rough. Even if you just do like a Saturday class, just once a week, I say do it. Let's see here. Officially licensed Transformers electric folding bikes. So there you go. There you go, Brinkalizer. There's a prime folding bike for you to put in your collection. They fold up really small. That's impressive how small they are. What is that? I'm like, is safe, worry free? Is like, that looks like 30 AA batteries that are charging that shit. Nice.
Can deliver your Uber Eats on those things.
Oh yeah.
Put a little basket in the front.
I'm digging it. Let's see. For MOTU German movie book. Going into a lot of detail in this book. The biggest problem here. Hey, that's a red and blue Prime, Brian Brinkalizer. But this is from the German magazine putting out this movie book. But as you can tell by this promotion, it's all in German. So
it's the Scheiße magazine? Oh, it's Meister magazine.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to read German.
Does that Scheiße? Which is...
My father-in-law, if anybody didn't know, Miss McFavorite is like almost 100% German, and her dad speaks fluent German. So he could probably read the book to me if I needed him to. But I just threw that in there because we didn't have anything else for grab bag. I said Henry Golden owens up. Let's see. In 2 separate interviews, Henry Golden discussed the Japanese influence into Snake Eyes G.I. Joe origins and his experience. He said, "We had our own corners of the cinema because you need to go through the processes. You need to see it and test it and get a reaction and notes from everybody. I think the heart of the story really is who Snake is and his journey as a person. really understanding his motivations. I can't give away too much, but really it focuses on one person instead of having 20 people on screen, and understanding the background. We start from the beginning, and hopefully this launches an amazing franchise. He goes on to say, Robert is a huge Japanese cinephile, everything from Akira to just the phenomenal spaghetti westerns of samurai movies. He is so hooked into the history, and we see some of those scenes. With some of the fight scenes, there are some Chimbara sequences, Japanese sword fighting. A lot of attention to cultural detail was put into this movie. There are not a lot of movies that are allowed to film in Japan, and we went to some amazing, amazing places. The authenticity is there. Let's see, opinions. All the producers of Paramount really listened to my opinion, the opinion of others, and I think that's why this is going to be so special. It's definitely been a challenge in creating something fresh and new, but we definitely achieved that. Going on here. Okay, I'm not going to read all this, but more quotes and everything. Again, this is just making me super psyched that this is just going to be basically, and Kill Bill is an homage to everything that he's referencing here, but this is just basically going to be a G.I. Joe Kill Bill. I'm super excited about it. An Americanized Japanese samurai / karate flick. So super juiced about that. Anybody else grow up with kung fu movies, samurai movies, all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, man. Channel 66 back in the
day.
day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In wide New York City TV, where I lived in Queens, and it was either Channel 5, 9, or 11. One would have like Abbott and Costello movies. One would have Godzilla movies. And then it would be either like Mets or Yankees, depending on time of year. And then they would also have the dubbed, who do you want to fight? Fight.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Yeah,
I used to watch
man.
all that shit. Oh, yeah.
Peter, what about you, sir?
Oh, man.
When did you move here, Peter, if you don't mind me asking?
When I would say, I think it's 83.
Okay.
Yeah, and nah, man, we don't do the martial arts stuff. We don't watch any kung fu. We watch Dragon Ball Z, man. That's just real. Just kidding. Yeah, you know me. We Asian love martial arts films. There's so many of them. So, yeah.
Now we have such a reverence for these because, like Cliff said and Rock said, is back before we even had cable, there were always like UHF channels that would have these kung fu movies on Saturday afternoons after cartoons and that kind of stuff. So I think that's where we got a lot of our exposure. Now, again, you would have been here for that time as well, but do you remember anything like, did they have that back in the home country, or were you exposed to that once you moved out here?
I think once I moved in America, the big thing was like it was Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Those two were pretty big. But then I've watched Van Damme and Steven Seagal and the rest
Jeff
is
Speakman.
history, So yeah,
Just the perfect weapon.
Jim Cotta.
And then Steven Seagal.
The true martial artists are like in Asia are like Jet Li, Donnie Yen and Jackie Chan was big, but but we always see him. He's a comedian,
Yeah.
But he does his own stunt, He's not really real martial art. He don't hurt anybody. He's a clown, in a way. But he used
Drunken Master Man was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So now let's bring this all together. Cliff, Halloween 8.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Yeah, when Busta Rhymes fights Michael Myers, and he's like,
"Is that 8?
Yeah, that's Halloween 8.
Halloween Resurrection.
And he's like, he's like, when he walks up, he sees the other Michael Myers. He's like, "Who are you, man? I'm the only Michael Myers. What are you, dumb up there? Skedaddle!" Oh, I just watched that the other day.
Gosh, those scenes make me cringe.
Oh, I love that. It's so bad, but
Like
so
I
good.
watch it and I'm like, oh.
He likes spinning roundhouses Michael Myers in the face. He does like one of them Van Damme kicks and puts Michael Myers through a window.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, I totally
mistakes
forgot
were
about
made.
Oh, and to tie Halloween with Mandalorian, I didn't realize one of the other girls from Halloween Resurrection was in the Mandalorian this past episode.
Yeah,
She
Katie
was the-
Sackhoff, Starbucks.
Yeah, I didn't even put those two and two together.
That's not spoiling anything, Slick. That's not
Wait,
spoiling anything.
when are you guys gonna do the Mandalorian talk?
Right
We're
now,
doing
right?
Here,
Oh,
like that was
It's
the
2
perfect
hours now.
Yes. 2 hours, 10 minutes. We got a few minutes to talk about
Perfect
it.
segue.
So we talked about season 1 on an episode a year ago. So again, I haven't seen this 3rd episode, so let's keep this to the first 2 episodes. But Cliff, what are you feeling about season 2, episode 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian?
I liked episode 1 very much. I liked Timothy Oliphant a lot. I like everything they did with that character.
Spoilers, by the way, everybody, tune out. We're going to be talking about everything that happens in those 2 episodes.
Loved all that, because when he got cast, I jokingly said to my friends, I'm like, I'm totally fine if he just plays Raylan Givens on Tatooine. And pretty much he was Raylan Givens on Tatooine. And then I thought episode 2 was just one of the scariest episodes of TV I've ever seen. Like I'm such a sucker for fucking spiders.
I was going to say, do you have an issue with spiders?
I have a big issue with spiders. I would rather not share the world with them, but here we are. And I just thought episode 2 was great. I like that basically what it comes down to is he's got to go to point A to get some information, then he's off to point B. But on his way to point B, he gets stopped and has to do this side thing really quick so that he can get enough gas to get to point B. I like that he keeps getting tripped up. Like all he wants to do is like this thing, but it's like, no, if you help me, I'll give you this. It's like, oh, fine.
It's like every video game you've ever played.
Yeah. It's really cool how they're kind of setting him on his way. I liked it a lot. I think this season's really strong so far.
I agree. What do you think, Rock?
I absolutely loved that first episode. I love because they take what you know and just go deeper into it. The Crate Dragon, the Tusken Raiders. I just loved all that. The second episode, I liked it, but nowhere near as much as the first one. The Sand People, it's funny because now so many people in the vintage groups I'm in, they're all buying up Sand People. Mint on card, prices going up. It just shows you how all you need is a little bit of exposure on one of these shows to influence the market.
Well, yeah, like we were talking about with the Razor Crest, right? It ended right after that episode 2, where the Razor Crest wasn't huge, but it was one of the main fucking story points in it,
That episode's what did it. I was like, this fucking ship is awesome.
I agree. I'm like, fuck, it's fucking banging around ice and fucking dropping out of the sky and fucking outrunning fucking X-Wings and shit. If people aren't aware, the 2 X-Wing pilots also made me super happy. One, Dave Filoni with his looks like dentureless mouth was in there. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing dentures or not having teeth, but his mouth always bugs me. And then
not that there's anything wrong, but it bugs me.
It just bugs me to see his fucking big lips flapping around. But the other pilot was the dude from Kim's Convenience. Yeah, anybody watch that on fucking Netflix?
Never heard of it, but until this episode aired, and now it's everywhere. Yeah.
Really? Oh, and I haven't even seen the hype, but oh my god, dude! One, it's a Canadian sitcom, which I love. It's fucking Asian culture, which I love. That kind of thing. But yeah, Kim's Convenience is fucking hilarious, and I fucking love that they put this dude as a pilot in this episode. AAA, what were your thoughts on these first two episodes?
So I'm probably in a different ballpark of you guys a little bit, but let's say from season 1 we're ending off with the guy who holds the dark saber, right? So I was thinking we're jumping from that point on. So and in season 2, so we didn't really get that. So instead, I think I felt like we got episodic, right? Episodes in each one of these. So it's kind of like its own story, but not really getting to the main story. So,
Yeah, it's not
like,
furthering along this current
like an
story.
anthology, right? A separate story for each
so
episode.
it's like Tales of the Crypt. You get each episode, but involving, well, in this case, you involving the Mandalorian, the Mandalorian guy. So I like to see something that can steer to the main story. So these days, television is very what do you call it? There's a lot of shows out there, right? And people have very short attention spans, right? So Stranger Things are one of the great shows out there that always give cliffhangers. The Boys, oh my god, it's another one that always build up and then bam, it keeps on hitting you hard and you just can't stop. If you have to binge it, you will binge it, you know? Ozark, another one of those amazing shows, just like Breaking Bad, you know. So leaving you for more. But for me, so far, I don't get any cliffhanger here. So I felt like each episode is contained, but it never really go back to the main path.
Well, not yet. Yeah, not yet.
So we're already 2 episodes in it, and I felt at least go to the main path on the second episode, but it isn't. We're still doing something else. So, and another thing is, I mean, I know this is a Star Wars show, and it's just always play homage to something else. I mean, we get it. I mean, it's fun to always, see things that we recognize, but I mean, I think this is a new era. We can start creating something new, something fresh, that we don't need these homages to lift the shows now. We're done in season 1 doing that. So let's just.
But you know what it is, Peter? I hear your point, but the problem is the fan base has really not embraced the new stuff. If you look at it, they embraced what was like the Force Awakens. They liked that because it was so many homages to the original Star Wars. I think the old fan base, the old white guy that's 45 years old, that's a big Star Wars fan, they want the old stuff, what they're familiar with, but expanded. Like, that's why I love The Mandalorian. It gives me a lot of what I'm fond of and expands it. Like the new episode, we're not going to spoil it, but there's some stuff there that I was freaking out about. I'm like, oh, that's this. Oh, that's that. And, I constantly pause it and explain to my son, like even on the one with the crate dragon, I'm like, oh, in Star Wars, we're in the Dune Sea, there's that big skeleton. I go, that's what one of those things were. Because they're not nerds like I am, so they don't really fully get it. But I'm always, oh shit. I pause it so many times during an episode.
Yeah,
so
that is
they're playing to me. They really are.
So that is the Crate Dragons in episode 1, which a lot of people says that is based on the Knights of the Old Republic video game, and that's a sort of homage for those people who has fight the Crate Dragon. Okay, the Crate Dragon, and I never played the game. So this is the first time for me seeing it, which is refreshing, okay? But of course, this is a nod for all fans, for who plays the video games. And I don't play a lot of video games back in those days either, so but that's pretty good. And again, like a lot more side story. And episode 2, it's a toy commercial. Come on, it is a toy commercial. commercial. All right, and it's a great timing and it's great marketing strategy to push the last few days where that episode appears. And I believe
Yeah,
the
because all
Crest.
toy commercials make me shit my pants.
Yeah.
Fucking
And
spiders.
what's sad is that the Razor Crest got beat up pretty bad in that episode, and I was like, whoa, you're gonna sell me this toy, but you're beating it up. I mean, is this thing going to survive? So
Peter,
it's all
Peter, come on.
Yeah, what if it
You know
got
what?
destroyed?
Well,
What,
it's like,
what
this is
would
what-
you have done? With your
yeah.
pre-
No,
would you
but
have
like-
canceled it? Like
No,
that's it.
I would.
The
I
Razor
would.
Crest is blown up in episode 2 of the second
Peter,
But
season.
come
you know,
on.
the BMF
Listen.
has been beat up a few times, and they keep repairing it. So I don't, I have no doubt they'll repair it because it is, it's a character, it's a star of the show. This ship is a star of the show. So,
But listen, they beat up the Razor Crest, so next year they can re-release a battle down in Razor Crest.
With the square radar dish.
Yeah, come on, think about it. There'll be some paint decals, some burnt spots. They'll remove some plastic off some engine covers. They'll make you look all distressed in the box. And there you go.
Right. So, as you know, Dave Filoni is the way he writes stories. He's very into not straying the direction from A to B. He likes to go side stories, which this is part of his style, and I see that. Like if you watch all his Clone Wars episode, he does that. It's going back and forth. Remember this. Meanwhile, that's going on. So, it's I just have to, because Mandalorian is so small. It's only we get 10 episode 8. I can't remember, but it's probably 10.
8.
8. It is 8. Oh, it's even shorter. So I don't want him to do that. I want him to stay on path. So I know.
But we are on path. Like you want to know where the dark saber is. But we are on path. We're on Mandalorian's path. It's not the path that you want, but it's the path the show's taking us on. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, though, we have a little story of Boba Fett. He teased us with that on episode 1, and that's it. Like we won't see him, and it's such a tease, And I'm not sure if we will go back and visit that, but you know what? I did see episode 3. I will not spoil it. We're finally in the path in episode 3. That's it.
But
That's
hear
all
me
I'm
out.
saying.
Is that Boba Fett or is it Jango Fett? Because it looked like staples all around the neck.
No, dude, it's Boba Fett.
I have heard it's Boba Fett. Yeah, so this is what he comes out from the Sarlacc pit, right? And he's looking so mangled up. Yeah. So, but he survived. But everybody wishes that, how did he came out of there? I wish they showed some kind of flashback. Right now it's still not shown yet, or it's shown in comic book. Did it? I'm not sure, but we want to know.
I think in the comic, Dengar rescued him out of it by, I think he blew up the Sarlacc or something.
I wish you can see it on the big screen. But
I know it's something with Dengar. It might have been Dengar and IG-88 went back to get Boba Fett.
Okay. So in episode 3, you guys gonna love it.
I'll
we're
Google it.
Yeah, we're going way back to the path
I'm
that we
the
want.
only one that probably hasn't seen it yet.
Now I feel everybody right now is chanting episode 4 is going to be the bomb, but knowing Dave Filoni, we're not going to get the bomb. We're going to get sidetracked again, and episode 5 is the bomb. Okay, I'm calling it now.
Well, that's the one that he's directing is 5. So if you
really?
think what's her face is going to show up, she ain't coming into 5.
Oh, okay, then it's got to be from a 5 then. It's confirmed.
Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm retarding our conversation here by not have seen 3. I apologize to everybody.
Okay.
But
it's good, man. I it's weird. It's everything I love about the show is what Peter doesn't.
Triple
Like, I like the side quests. I like that he's just trying to do this thing, and he's just got to do this one more thing before he can go. It's like, oh, now I got to do this one more thing. I enjoy watching him just meet new people and go new places. Fun.
So my big thing is I love the first episode. So I'm a big Now, is this Timothy Oliphant? Was that okay? Because I always get him mixed up with who's his like doppelganger. That's in
that's in Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. His name is fucking.
Damn it.
He's in the
Anyway,
Transformers movies. Oh, Josh Duhamel.
yeah, like those two, I always get mixed up, and Miss McFavorite always gives me shit because she loves both of them, but I can't keep them straight. But you're absolutely right. He plays his role on Justified here in a mining town, and Moss, pierogi or whatever it was called. I dig it. I love the introduction of that. Armor belongs with the family, and that is the way. I love that they're introducing a lot of these very detailed parts of the motto or the creed that he has to reinforce. The crate dragon is way too big for me. It shows up in episode 4, but it's like a fucking like the Loch Ness monster. It's a big long neck with this like normal size head, but in this, it's this big earth swallowing, mountain crushing, sarlacc eating, monster. So I didn't really like that. I think you could have pulled it. I think you could have pulled the same story off with something more reasonable in size, but whatever. I love the concept of the miners having to work together with their raiders and trust one another. I love the scene where fucking, one of the sand people drops something. They're like, he's trying to blow us up on purpose and all this kind of bullshit. It's very now, right? It's very now. Trusting people you don't trust and that kind of thing. I thought that really spoke well to our current situation. Again, Oliphant is just amazing. He's amazing whenever he's playing that calm, collected, badass character.
Well, did any of you guys, when all the sand people were walking single file, did any of you go, oh shit? Oh,
I didn't even catch that. Oh, that's
single file, all the banthas.
And their numbers, man.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. That's a good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's always, for me, every episode, there's a couple of oh shit moments where I have to pause it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That was one for
that's
me.
Impressive.
Yeah.
So I really dug that, how they had to work together. The scene where they were blowing it up was a little extended, and in my opinion, let's see. Peachy Keen says first episode had some beautiful cinematic, iconic shots. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, anything else in here? Most of these.
And tell Brink the Google image Boba Fett. I saw one that he looked like, they called him Frankenfett, where it had like all these little marks around his neck. Unless
this is and I thought maybe you guys were talking about episode 3. This is something maybe I didn't see or what, but I know Tamora Morrison is in the credits. Where was he?
He was the last shot of episode 1.
Yeah, he had a gaffy stick and he had like a long rifle on him. He was wearing like all ratty clothes. He had a ball. He was completely bald.
That.
Yeah, he showed up after Mandalorian left Timothy Oliphant with the armor.
Yeah,
Mandalorian zips away, and you cut to like a cliff top, and Tamora Morrison is standing on the cliff top, looking pretty rough.
I did not see that, and I've watched the episode twice. Was it like post credits, or did I just stop paying?
No, it was like the last pre-credits,
right before it ends. Yeah, pre-credits.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Hey, listen, Jason. I didn't even know it was him at first until I rewind it, and somebody said That's Morrison. So I was like, oh really? Maybe.
Oh fuck! I need to go look at that. I need to go watch that part again. So yeah, so that was good. And then the second episode, again, that kind of ensured my pre-ordering the Razor Crest, because again, I don't like spaceships, but dude, the fucking X-wing, X-wing chase, the getting banged up, everything needing to be repaired, it being in the snow, the spiders, all that I loved.
What about the eggs? The frog guy?
The eggs I loved. And from some news site, some internet news site that I watched their videos, I love that they were just talking about like this fucking baby Yoda just destroys things. That's what it does. Like it eats shit and it fucking destroys things. That's all it does.
And it's like 50 plus years old, right?
Yeah,
high intelligent.
The thing that was driving me nuts is if these are the last eggs of this frog lineage, why are they not keeping better track of them? It eats like 5 of them throughout the show, like, and it doesn't even notice. Like if I was that frog chick, I would try to fucking kill Baby Yoda.
And then,
But
not
they're
to
not
get
fertilized
really,
yet.
but no. Well, let's not go. Well, even spoiler. But the thing is, if these are,
I think that's an abortion discussion.
No. But think about this: if these are the last 2 of that species, and these are their eggs, so now, if these have to mate with each other, they're gonna be like, you know what I mean? What's it called? Incest. They're gonna be incestuous frog people, because if they're the last of their kind, they have to mate with their own brothers and sisters for the race to continue. Boom, mic drop. They didn't think about that, did they?
Would I have totally forgotten this entire show is to be posting comments. I feel bad. I've been saying them, but I haven't been posting them visually. But yeah, Brink is saying, watch it with subtitles. Frog lady speaks frog.
That was my only thing. Is that was a weak ass alien. Of all the things they could have combined, like to make anthropomorphic character, like a frog person was just really
Dude,
weak.
though, it was so badass though when she had to start running, like when she started fucking hopping to get away from the spiders. That was so awesome.
Yeah, when it was finally like, I gotta move. I love that.
Like when she went full frog, like I thought that was really cool.
You don't go full frog.
Let's see. So again, Brinkalizer here, Oliphant's character. Look great for living on Tatooine, and this was another thing. I think Skullface brought this up in one of his discussion episodes. Was and I kind of agree with him. Like, why the fuck do we have to keep going to Tatooine? There's a million fucking planets in this universe, and we got it. It's just like Jedi. It's just like every character saying, I have a bad feeling about this. Like, why does that have to be there? And I get it, because fans are going to fucking post a reaction video that goes, oh my God, they're on Tatooine, but...
Me yelling, oh shit, at my TV. Yeah.
Did you? Right. Were you one of those stereotypical guys?
Yeah.
Tatooine.
I told you. I did it like 3 times. I was yelling at my TV. I was yelling like the way people yell at a horror movie in the theater. Oh shit, don't go in there.
It's Tatooine.
But yeah, super excited. We didn't even get to talk very much because it was such a short scene at the beginning. The Gamorrean guard, Vibro
battle.
Yeah. I didn't like that they were kind of like, they look like teenager Gamorrean guards or what, Gamorrean.
No, this hear me out. This is why they did that. The way I looked at them as professional wrestlers. When
Okay.
they're young, they're all built and they're studly. When Jabba gets them, they're the old fighters.
They're
the old-
retired.
So like, so like
Okay.
when you go to a Comic-Con, you see a wrestler, they're not on the roids no more, and the coke and the HGH. Now they've got beer bellies, and you're like, holy shit, this guy is like 350 pounds now. And he used to be 220 when he wrestled. That's what they did with the Gamorrean guards. Like, these would have been the old fat dudes that would have been at a Comic-Con. Like, they're not in shape anymore because they're not fighting. Like old football players. You ever see old linemen after they get out of football? These guys balloon up. So to me, it made so much more sense. But it was great seeing that vibro axe in action to see how that worked.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, okay, what's the point of having an axe if it just kind of shocks you? But I guess if you get one lucky strike and cut off someone's arm, it's not that entertaining.
The only thing I noticed with the Mandalorian is, for a guy who's such a badass warrior, he sure gets himself into a lot of situations where he's constantly outnumbered, constantly like, he seems all too trusting of, oh yeah, come with me, I'll show you where this is. Oh yeah, come with me. Like how many episodes has he been completely surrounded by how many guys already?
But I guess that's the point, right? If you're that badass, you don't have to worry about that. Like,
I mean, he
I'll
doesn't
put
have any street
myself
smarts. He didn't grow up in the city, that's for sure. He grew up in the boonies because he's not, he doesn't have street smarts.
I like that. All right. Any last thoughts on? Again, sorry, I apologize. It sounds like everybody else has watched episode 3 except for me. But any last thoughts on episode 1 or 2 of season 2?
I kind of like how they're not forcing
spiders.
Well, yeah, that, and I'm glad they're not really like forcing Baby Yoda down our throats these episodes or the child. I feel like now they got all their merchandise out there, they're not force feeding it to us. Like he's there, but he's only little. He's not the focus of the episode. Just he's there in the background, do a couple little cute things, but it's not like he's the center of what's going on.
Do you think we'll see that guy in Tatooine in episode 1, one who dressed as Boba? Do we think we'll see him again?
I hope so. I hope he's part of like the new group of like people he'll need at the end of the season.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, and
like last year, we kind of met a bunch of different people. Sorry, Jason.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, and just a thought on that was, I'm glad to see that it's still him on a mission, because I thought for sure the first episode was going to be him getting Cara Dune and fucking Action Jackson and everybody together to be like a crew to go do stuff. So I'm glad that it's still just him and a clan of 2 trying to accomplish his mission.
Yeah, like it's like the Blues Brothers. He's pulling up in the Razor Crest and going, "We're on a mission from Gad."
All right. Brian Brinkley says the Mandalorian's like Good Samaritan of the Star Wars universe. I don't think I've ever seen Good Samaritan, so I don't get the reference. But
no, like a Good Samaritan, a guy who does good deeds. Like maybe he's a little naive.
But he wanted information
he
to
capitalized
do this.
it. I think he's talking about the movie Good Samaritan, if I'm not mistaken, but I may not be.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Or I may be incorrect, but
no, I misunderstood it.
But word up for everybody that joined us. There's more people watching that are chatting, so if you're not chatting, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you watching live. Peachy Keen, Brian Brink, KJ Smith is always joining us. We also had Paul Schreiber up in here at one point, so we appreciate you guys watching live, chiming in. To me, I think, it auto-corrected on Brian Brink, so it was just saying the general Good Samaritan. I agree, and that's why I love him. Anybody that's thinking about the greater good more than themselves, I'm always about. But yeah, I'm just fucking glad that we got to talk, dude. Rock, I'm glad I'm on. I'm glad you're on again. Rest in peace to your father. I'm very sorry for your loss, but I'm glad you could join us. It
kind of
made me happy.
Kind of needed something to be back to normal because everything is, I feel like I'm living in the upside down right now. So
I can imagine. Yeah,
it's been a rough couple weeks.
So, not to bring it down on a low note, but it should be a happy note.
But I do want to say one thing is, we didn't have like a normal funeral service for him. We had like a memorial, and we got up and we talked, and we said he didn't want anything fancy, so we got up and talked about like the good things and good memories, and I brought up, he bought me. My dad had to go to a funeral, and I had to stay in the car, and my dad pulled over to this little. Where I lived in Queens, and these things were like Tiamo, where you get cigarettes, magazines, comic books, candy. He got me my first G.I. Joe comic books. That gave me my love of comics. He got me, Star Wars figures when Return of the Jedi came out. We got the figures before the movie came out, and he opened up all the figures, and he lined them up for us, and we get to see the new characters, and we had no idea who they were. And my love of Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. He took us to opening day. We didn't have a lot of money. He took us to a really fancy theater in Nassau County to go see it. It was in a really nice Jewish neighborhood. We sat in a balcony. We got bonbons. Like as 5 years old, I don't rember getting.
I was going to say, I didn't realize you could get bonbons in a theater.
Yeah, a 5-year-old fat kidding me. So, we just talked about good memories, and a lot of the stuff I have. I realize is fond memories of, all the stuff that my dad, like I said, we didn't grow up with a lot, but we always had. And I always had the newest toys, whatever I wanted. And I realized a lot of stuff I collect is just due to those great childhood memories. So, I know these toys, a part of it is because of everything I got as a kid that they bought for me. And, it was just nice to talk about all the good memories of getting stuff that he bought. And, so, if you guys do have memories of stuff that's sentimental, feel free to, tell people about it. I had an open house day because I'm selling my house, and people came in my room, and they're like, oh, wow, look at all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, because this is the stuff I love, and it's good memories, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed to be a 45-year-old man with a room full of toys, and nobody thought less of me. Everybody thought it was awesome, and I'm glad that, we have fellow people in the community that all share in the same ideal. So don't ever be ashamed to be a toy collector, a comic book reader, somebody that enjoys this stuff, because if it makes you happy, it's all that matters. So I just want to end it on be happy with who you are and be proud of what you buy and what you collect, because if it makes you feel good, that's all that matters. And if buying something gives you memories of your childhood, it's worth whatever you pay for it. So I want to go out with saying, be happy with what you have, and if it makes you feel good, God bless.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's amazing. Happy birthday, AAA. Happy birthday to your son, Rock, as well.
I'll pass it on to him. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you sooner rather than later.
Later rather than sooner.
I love it. That was a triple.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Lotus. There's a triple for you, motherfucker. All right. Fumble for the end.